Mr. DSB, thank you for coming on the Asian Underground.
No problem.
So, how are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm not feeling that great, but I need to do this for the show, man. For the people, you know, they wanting to hear from Mr. DSB. What do I actually call you? Do I call you DSB?
That man, DSB, whatever you want.
Where did the name DSB come from?
DSB, that's my initials.
Right, okay. So when did you start getting into music? Because you're really young.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years. I mean, I used to DJ at first. Then I started making bass line, and then I got into this vibe of dubstep.
So, like, do you mind me asking, what age are you?
I'm 19.
19?
Yeah.
19 and you're doing all of this crazy stuff. See,
Yeah,
I'm 18 and I'm doing radio, and it's not kind of cool, but you know.
Oh, it's good. If you wasn't here, I wouldn't be getting my music out with it.
Oh, I need to. Your music's going crazy up here, by the way.
A lot of people have said that to me, but I haven't actually seen anything. I was just doing my thing, like enjoying what I'm doing as a hobby. But yeah, it seems to be kicking off. Personally, I mean, like at my school, I was hearing people listen to my tracks, and they actually didn't know it was me. He was making the tune, and when I told them, they actually didn't believe me at all. They're like, you can't make this. You don't seem the type.
Do you come from a musical background?
Not really, you know. I'm more of a really cultural background, so it's just something that really kicked off.
So none of the family, like, you know, play the dole or the harmonium or anything like that?
Oh, like, yeah, my dad was like really into the cultural side. He played tabla, wajai.
So what made you get into dubstep? 'Cause that's kind of a very out there genre right now.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I've always been into like bass. I mean, even my R&B like beats, everything like revolved around bass. And it's really, when I heard like Benga, when he first started, I thought this stuff's good. I mean, it's really kicking off. And this was early, like before he released his big track.
What was the first dubstep track you heard?
First one, we're going way back now. I'd say it was one of Benga's, the one that really kicked off.
See, that's the first dubstep track I ever heard was the Benga's 26 basslines.
Oh yeah, that was one of the ones. Oh no, the first one I heard was Nice by Benga and Co.
Yeah, Benga. Yeah, that's the one I heard as well.
Yeah,
but
that one really kicked off because the bassline scene was really big, but this was something different, and no one actually knew where to categorize it. It was like, is it bassline?
Yeah, we don't actually, because it's one of those dubstep is very hard to describe.
Yeah, it's really out there. It's like a good kind of genre that can like really get into everywhere.
Yeah, so in Bhangra, who would you say your influences are?
Surprisingly, one of them's got to be Tiger Star.
Oh, there we go. There, you're talking to the right man. We're in Scotland, and Tiger Style's from here as well. That's very good because Tiger Style, they actually know about you. So,
all right, okay.
So there you go. Big the two intimidating guys in Scotland. They're digging your music, man.
Yeah, that's good. That's nice to hear. Because I mean, I look at their interviews and they say that a lot of people that make music don't actually know what they're doing and they just make it for the sake of it.
They're quite opinionated, they'll say that.
But yeah, I mean, that's definitely big. I mean, when I got my track Bully, the remix, onto Asia Network,
yeah,
PBN actually picked up on me and he said he really liked my track as well.
I think everybody's digging your tracks, man.
Yeah, it's nice to hear, you know.
So in dubstep, who would you say your influences are? Would you still say it's Benga mostly?
Well, Magnetic Man.
Magnetic Man, yeah, that's Benga and all them, yeah.
Definitely Nero, Casper, Rusko, Flux Pavilion. I got a few. I mean, to see like my computer full of dubstep, like various different styles. But yeah.
So how did you, when you're listening to all like Benga and all that, how did you actually get into music production? Like, did you just pick up some software and just start going with it, or did you gradually get into it somehow?
Alright, well first of all, obviously I went through the cultural routes and I learnt my tabla and wajah and all that, but eventually I started DJing, like downloading some free software from the net.
Free software, yeah?
Free software, legit free software.
Yeah.
And after like DJing, I entered some competitions and I actually won one of them, and that's where I got some of my software from. And it really kicked off from there, and I thought, you know, I can actually I really want to go into this, so I might as well like expand and see what I can do. So I started buying.
So when you started making beats, how did you come up with the concept of mixing Bhangra with dubstep? Because people have messed about with Bollywood and stuff, but with you, it's pretty full on with the Bhangra element.
Well, like obviously I listen to Bhangra a lot, but when you listen to Bhangra, it's always about the lyrics at the end of the day. Well, and obviously you have that party scene where everyone just relaxes and has a little dance, but I mean it's all around the lyrics. And when I heard like these remixes, and I thought, well, you're really missing the main concept.
Yeah.
You're just using like certain vibes off certain songs and like putting your dubstep beat in, which isn't wrong. I mean, people like Suck Knight, they've taken it to another level.
Oh, Suck Knight, there we go.
Yeah. And even Chasing Status tried to get some Indian influences in one of their beats.
What was that? Eastern Jam. Eastern Jam was big.
Yeah, that was a big beat. I mean, that was one of the things that got me into it. I mean, a lot of my mates came up to me and was like, oh, you make bassline, you remix bassline with Bhangra. Have you ever tried dubstep? No one's actually done it full on. And I thought, well, I might as well give it a shot. And that's where it kicked off. And I thought, there's like a gap where no one's actually trying full on songs with full on dubstep.
So what was the first track that you ever made with the Bhangra element?
My first track, surprisingly, was the Imran Khan one.
Oh, the Bewafa, yeah. So clearly, like you're a fan of Bhangra. What do you think of the current state of the Bhangra industry right now? Where do you think it's headed?
It's too commercialised for me at the moment. I mean, if you look at Jay Sean, I'm not saying he's bad. He's a great guy. When he first started, his songs had a lot of emotion, but now he's gone all commercialised.
See, that's a big thing that everybody's saying about Jay Sean, and personally I preferred him when he was back with like Juggy D and Rishi.
Yeah, definitely. That's when I preferred him as well.
But at the same time, he always said that he was wanting to do more. He wanted to get away from the Asian thing. So yeah, he's done what he's wanted to do. Now, you say that Bhangra's going too commercial. What do you think about dubstep? Because I remember back like a few years ago when dubstep was like majorly underground.
Yeah,
and it was guys like Benga, Koki, Digital Mystics, and very few people had heard of them. But now all of a sudden it's became very popular and everybody's jumping on it. So where do you think dubstep's heading?
Well, it's going in all directions. I mean, you have a lot of the dirty basses still underground and that's getting really heavy. But then you got the commercial side where Nero, Chasing Status, Casper, all of them have like watered down on their dubstep. But it's gone into like charts, mainstream. So it's definitely heading commercial.
Do you think that is a good thing that it's becoming commercial?
Well, it does mean that I'll earn a lot of more money, but I think the songs are really good. I actually like the new commercialised side because no one's actually visited that kind of area before, so it's something new.
Because like, I remember back ages ago, and you would go to like, one of your mates and go, "Here, listen to this," and they didn't get it. They didn't understand what this thing was, and then now all of a sudden they're going, "Yeah, I love dubstep, Casper and all them, they're brilliant." And you're like, "This was out years ago, bro." You didn't recognise it at all.
Time ago, I mean, yeah, people come to me and they're like, "Oh, have you heard this? Have you heard that?" I'm like, you know what you're listening to now? I heard that time ago.
Yeah.
But it's still good. That's the thing. It carries on. It never dies out.
Yeah, I think it's one of those genres that it's so unique that you can't help but take notice of it.
Yeah.
What is in the pipeline for DSB? What should we expect in the future?
Well, I'm making my new mixtape now, nearly finishing up on it. It's a lot more dirtier than the old one. I mean, the bass line on this one is definitely something to watch out for.
So that's what I like to hear.
So yeah, that's definitely going to take far. I've actually had one of my mates from Punjab.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty far. So one of my mates, he came up to me, well, on Facebook, he's telling me, he's saying that, have you seen this video where there's been this Bhangra competition, they've used my tunes to actually dance to it.
Ooh.
So yeah, that's something that I was shocked at. I was like, well, I didn't expect people to actually dance to my tunes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it really seems like it's picking up everywhere.
So what do you hope will happen in the future with your music?
Personally, I'm just trying to do what I can, get as far as possible. I mean, I'm not here for the fame. I'm just doing it as a hobby. I mean, music means a lot to me.
So you're not doing it like a lot of other producers out there are just wanting money for it.
Oh no, I'm actually not into. I mean, if it takes me there, it takes me there. Yeah. But yeah.
Have you been approached by any of the labels?
Well, not labels so far, but I've definitely had some attention. I mean, I'm working with The Prophecy, who's an up-and-coming singer from Canada.
So you're working with him?
Yeah, I've actually made a track with him.
Alright.
Something I think you'll like and kind of shock you in some ways.
Oh, shock me.
Yeah.
Oh, Tillman, I hope everything goes well for you in the future, and thank you very much for coming on the Asian Underground show with me.
Once again, thanks a lot for the support. It means a lot.
Everybody's loving you up here, man. You're definitely going to go far.
Hopefully.
Thank you very much, man. I shall speak to you later.
Definitely.
Thanks, man. See you in a bit.